Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Beedee and today I'm presenting another fall brunch video equipped with 3 easy to follow, easy to make recipes and decor perfect for the season. So let's jump in with the first recipe, which is this sweet potato and sausage hash. So here I have 4 sweet potatoes that I'm going to peel and chop. I cut them into a little bit bigger than bite-sized pieces, and I want to par-cook these sweet potatoes before cooking in the hash. So I'm going to boil them for about 6 or 7 minutes until they are soft enough to pierce with a fork or knife, and they are looking like this after that time. For this hash, I'm going to be adding some yellow and orange bell pepper, red onion, and turkey sausage. I used a turkey Polish kielbasa, but feel free to use whatever sausage you prefer. I'm going to first start by working on the sausage. It's already fully cooked, but I do want to give them some color and warm them up. After about 2 or 3 minutes, they are looking like this, and I'm adding some vegetable oil to my pan because I'm going to work on the peppers and onions next. I let these cook in the pan for an additional 2 to 3 minutes until they started to soften up a bit. Here I've added the sweet potato, and I'm just going to make sure everything is mixed well, and I'm patting everything down because I want the potatoes to get a nice char and some color as well. After about 3 minutes, I decided to go ahead and mix everything up again just to pick up those bits at the bottom of the pan, which really gives this a nice color. And I am going to season everything. I'm using some pink Himalayan sea salt, garlic powder, onion powder, black pepper, and paprika. I'm gonna let everything cook for a few more minutes, but basically this is done. I really love this recipe because it is super easy to make and doesn't take very many ingredients to make it delicious. And now it is going to be time to move on to the chicken tenders, the pancake battered chicken tenders to be exact. I will be using chicken breast tenderloins. I find that these are way more moist and juicy than just using regular chicken breasts. So I'm going to season them up with my standards: a little seasoning salt, some black pepper, onion and garlic powder, and paprika. Once the chicken is all seasoned up, I'm going to start working on the pancake mix. I'm just using a standard pancake mix, complete mix, that you only need to add water to. So I'm going to take a cup of the pancake mix and add that to a bowl. And I also have a cup of water that I'm going to slowly incorporate into the mix. I'm only adding a little at a time because I want to get the right consistency for this. So here the batter is nice, not too thick, not too thin, still have some lumps, which is fine. I added the chicken tenders to the mix, and then I dropped them into my oil, making sure to get off any excess before I put them in the oil. And for this, my heat was over medium. I wanted these to cook kind of slowly because I wanted to ensure that the chicken inside was properly cooked without burning the batter on the outside. So I let them cook on medium heat for about 7 minutes, and then for 2 minutes I increased my heat just a tad to give them some color. And once they were ready to go, I just set them on a paper towel to soak up some of the excess oil. And now it is egg white frittata time. For this, I'm using a whole carton of liquid egg whites, and I added 2 whole eggs to this as well, just because I had like an excess of eggs at this time, so I was trying to use them up. So I just added 2 whole eggs to this, and I'm going to mix and incorporate those and season with my staples. You know, if you've seen my last fall brunch video, this is pretty much the same seasonings that I used then. I use these all the time. These are like my go-tos. And I season every layer of my food. So, you know, season as you would like. But for me, I like to do it this way. For this frittata, I'm going to be adding some spinach and also some sauteed onions and peppers from my recipe earlier. So to my waffle iron, which has been sprayed with some non-stick cooking spray, I'm going to add the peppers and onions first, and then I'm going to ladle in the egg mixture. So I'm being careful not to overfill this because it'll cause a complete mess, because as soon as you add this to the waffle iron, it's going to start cooking like immediately. So I'm just going to add enough to fill the sections, and then I'm going to add a little bit more spinach to each section so that everything is pretty evenly distributed. I also went ahead and added some cheese to the top, which is going to get nice and ooey gooey and a little crispy once it starts to cook. Now my waffle iron is one of those ones where you flip it once you have the batter in, but I'm not going to do that because we're using liquid and that would be a huge disaster. So if you have one like this, do not flip it. You'll see here that the mixture, once it starts to cook, will rise and the waffle iron will start to open up a little bit. That's when it's time to check it and just see how things are going. And once you open it, it'll kind of allow the egg frittata to rest a bit. So once it rests, I'll close it and flip it so the other side can get a little bit crispy as well. And here I'm going to be making another one just so you'll see the process one more time. Super easy peasy. I wanted to go this route because I do like serving eggs for brunch, but I wanted to do something differently than just scrambling up some eggs or just frying some eggs. So I thought this was a nice creative way to offer somewhat of like an omelet situation without having to fry up a bunch of omelets or something like that at once. I just used my waffle iron to make this concoction, and I really think it turned out excellent. So definitely give this one a try. Now it's time to talk about decor for this brunch. So I found these lovely plates and napkins at Party City. Very cute, and what was really perfect was that this color scheme actually worked for some items that I already had at home. I just picked up those plastic utensils and put them in a mason jar, and this fall sign I already had along with these napkins that I picked up from the Target dollar spot about 3 years ago. And this year they also have like the same color scheme, so I picked these little table decor accents up from Target, and I'm just going to add them to the area just to give it a little bit more flair. The little pumpkins are also from Target. I picked these up a few years ago too, but they are also doing the same thing this year, so you should be able to find those, and I think they're about $3 a piece. And to me, no brunch is complete without a tasty sweet treat. So I picked these donuts up from my grocery store. A few of them were broken in transit, but that's okay. My family wouldn't care, but I did kind of tuck those underneath when I displayed them on this little charger that is, guess what, from Target. I must say this was one of my favorite brunch hostings, recipe creations that I've come up with. Everything was super delicious and yummy. The batter for those chicken tenders was perfectly light and crispy. The egg frittata was yummy, ooey gooey and cheesy, and that sweet potato hash was so filling and sweet and savory, which I really like for brunch recipes. So definitely be sure to give these recipes a try and subscribe to my channel. I have more content on the way. I'm on the road to 1K, and I would love it if you came along on this journey with me. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.